What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Patrick. Today we're going to be going over one of my favorite products. I use it all the time on my TV. It is the Roku 3. Now I'm going to unbox it like you would if you just purchased it, but I've had this for a very long time. So in March 2013 it did win a lot of Editor's Choice Awards. This was like the hottest piece of technology back in 2003. And still it is the device to beat. Even in late 2014, Apple, Google, and Amazon are still struggling to make products that can try to take away some of the market dominance that Roku has here. So on the side here, it says, make your time count. We created the original streaming player. We started the revolution in TV. Since then, we worked tirelessly to bring you the best selection of streaming entertainment easily and reliably. Key features: up to 1080p high-definition streaming, 600 plus channels, headphone jack and in-ear headphones, dual-band wireless, HDMI out, Ethernet port, USB for playing music videos and photos, micro SD expansion slot, remote with motion control for games, and a free iOS and Android app, so you can use your phone as a remote for this also. On the back, also very colorful, tells you how to use a couple of the features. Mentions that it's game ready, you have a one-stop search, it's faster and powerful, mentions that app again. So what's included in the box, we'll go over that in a second. What you need though is an HDMI TV with HDMI input. Hopefully you have that already if you're buying one of these. The HDMI cable, disappointing that they don't provide one. It costs like $3 to make it. I don't care if you charge me more, just put it in the box, because then I don't have to go out and find one or buy one or dig through my box of cables to find one. High-speed internet, which hopefully everybody will have, and a wired or wireless modem. So we'll go ahead and unbox this. Okay, so in the box you've got your quick start guide. It is 20 pages long, but it's pretty easy. Hopefully you don't need that too much. In the box is the remote. We will start with this. This remote is amazing. The best remote I've ever held in my hand. It's fantastic. It is god-awful simple, and it works very well. It's 5 1/4 inches long, a little over an inch in depth, kind of a matte plastic here on the bottom, glossy plastic on the top, which does catch fingerprints every now and again, but very easily cleanable. So on the top here we have our back and home buttons, our D-pad. This is a refresh, or also works as a go back button. OK, there's an asterisk key button, which is used for special features inside select apps. Rewind, play, pause, fast forward, and an A and B button. And then down there under the A and B button is a LED to let you know when it is sending commands. This is not an infrared remote. If you're not familiar with what infrared means, it uses infrared technology to send commands to the device, but it requires a line of sight. So if you have a TV, most TVs don't have RF remotes, you need to point it at the TV to get the TV to turn on or volume to change. That's an IR remote. This functions with RF. You can be in the other room and still control it. Doesn't need line of sight. You can hide your Roku in a cabinet or something like that and still use this wonderful remote. Another feature which is amazing is the built-in headphone jack. If you're laying in bed with your wife or something like that, you're watching something, she wants to go to bed, you want to keep watching, plug in your headphones. Anything that's playing on your Roku, on your TV, will wirelessly stream the audio back to this remote through your earphones, and you'll be able to hear everything without this huge long cable traveling across your room to the Roku box. So that is a huge feature. Nobody else has that. It's just that headphone jack is reason alone to buy this awesome device. And then on the other side you have volume control, so you can raise and lower the volume depending on if you're using this or not. Also in the box is the Roku 3 itself. I will go over that in a second. It includes a strap for the remote. This is used for games. It has an accelerometer in it. You can use it for like driving games or Angry Birds, a whole bunch of other stuff. It's not like you're going to throw the thing, but this comes with like a Nintendo Wii kind of controller that you can slip it through the bottom here and have this, you know, be securely attached to your wrist or something. I've never used it. I've never needed to use it. In here is a pretty decent pair of earbuds for the wireless remotes. It's kind of nice that they include a pair of earbuds. They're pretty darn good, especially if you're someone who's hard of hearing, older person maybe, or maybe just can't hear good. This is an awesome feature rather than having headphones running all the way across the room, so you can plug in some headphones and really crank the volume. This works for really great for those that are hard of hearing. So big market share with that feature alone there. And that's about it. So let's dive into the box itself. This is the Roku 3 is their highest end model. There's the Roku 1, the 2, the 3, the 3400R, which is their Roku stick, and the Roku LT, which is kind of the cheap version in between the 1 and the 2. Specs on this are interesting. Roku doesn't really advertise it, but if you've torn one of these apart like I have, you'll find a ½ gig of RAM and a Broadcom 11130 CPU in here. That's dual core. I have no idea what speeds it's rated at. Probably right around a gigahertz. So 3.5 inches by 3.5 inches. It does have some rounded sort of edges, so it looks very nice, very sleek. Kind of chintzy plastic, got that hollow sound to it, but construction is very solid, and this is pretty darn heavy for being as lightweight as it is. So over here where it says the Roku 3 text, there is an LED that's behind here that will let you know when the device is on and when commands are being sent to it from that great remote. So on the side here there's just a tag. It's on all Roku devices, just like a little fabric tag on there. That's aesthetic, nothing on this side. On this side we have a USB 2.0 port, which is used for expansion and media playback. You can watch movies and photos and videos. Only caveat to that is to be able to plug stuff in and view it, there is a very fine list of file formats that are accepted. Make sure that you know that, do your research before you go buying one of these. Also, you have to download the Roku Media Player app. It's not like a USB port on a computer. You plug it in, menu pops up, you select what you want to watch or what you want to view, and it will start playing. It requires an app, then you have to go into the app. It'll recognize your flash media that you just plugged in, and then provided that it's the right file format, you'll be able to play it. On the back is where the good stuff happens. AC power plugs in here. Roku provides a very ugly power brick. It's nothing too special. This is 10100 Ethernet. If your wireless is not very strong, but you can get a wired Ethernet cable over there, definitely recommend that. This is your HDMI port. It's 1.3, but it does not do Ethernet over HDMI. That's the only caveat to that. But it does support full 5.1 and 7.1 Dolby Plus surround sound. And then just under that HDMI port is a micro SD slot for expansion. I've installed 80 somethings, around 80 different apps on this. Everybody makes apps for Roku. Everybody. History Channel, Discovery Channel, Fox, CBS, everybody has a channel for this because this is the king in the set-top box market. Everybody's trying to compete against this. Price is great. All their products range from, you know, $30 to $80 for their high-end box like this. I do recommend this. This is one of the best streaming boxes out there. If you're a simple user, you don't have this vast movie collection and you want to watch things off of a NAS drive or something like that. If you just want to sit down at your TV, watch some Netflix, you know, show pictures to the relatives of your kids or something like that, or a home movie or something like that on a flash media or something, that's fine. If you want to play the occasional game now and again, this does also come with a full copy of Angry Birds on it. And Angry Birds is actually really good on this, so it's fun to play a couple games here and there just to kill time. This is definitely not designed for gaming though. It'll run games, but very simple games. Don't expect to play like, you know, Asphalt 8 and like, you know, multiple gig games that, you know, have really high-end graphics. but this box is absolutely great. Only cons to it would be the media support. I wish I could watch things off of a cloud or a NAS drive, and I wish I could plug in my movie collection and it had a lot more supported file formats that they could watch it on. Maybe one day an app will come out for Roku. It says there's like 600 apps, but when this came out, there were like 600 apps. Now there are over 1,000 apps. Nobody has more apps than Roku on their devices. Not Amazon, not Google, not Apple TV. This is the device to beat. Everybody makes apps for this. So I'm sure there is an app that you can find that will suit any one of your needs. They'll say you're into like horses, they've got an app for that. Backpacking, great. If you're into like just zombies and like horror films, they have apps strictly for that. A lot of free apps, very few paid apps. Really, really great investment. I use it on my TV all the time. After this video is over, it's going straight back to my TV. But I've owned this for well over a year, so I figured now that we're getting into this next list of things I'm reviewing, we'll start going over some of these media streamer boxes. So this has been a quick review of the Roku 3. Like the video if you like it, dislike it if you dislike it. If you have any questions or comments, need help setting one of these up, any questions or concerns at all, please comment below. I will be around to answer as many questions as I can. I am going to do a little video later on. Make sure you're subscribed. We're going to plug one of these into a TV and get into the UI and the whole experience as it works when it's plugged into a TV. So stay tuned. That'll be coming up next. We will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.